Time. And we're live in 3, 2, 1. Hello! Hello and welcome!
I feel like we're not in the middle, but it's okay with pillows.
We have pillows, and they'll frame us out. Hello! Welcome to the City and Beyond live stream. This will be our last live stream of 2020. Why?
Unless we're feeling real generous next Thursday.
Yeah, that's also a possibility. If you're new here, thank you for joining us this evening. If you're in the Pacific, then good morning. Merry Christmas. Happy Christmas.
Happy Christmas.
That's the more European, New Zealand, Australian way of saying it. I am Kamau. This is my lovely wife, Selena.
Yes, I'm Selena.
And we are with the City and Beyond. We are full-time workers who part-time travel.
Yep.
Obviously, this year has been a wee bit challenging for us, and we have done the best we can doing a good amount of road trips. I know in other countries some of the local borders were locked down, but so far here, that hasn't really happened. I think early on, I think Florida did checkpoints and was mandating people either go home or do 2 weeks.
Yeah.
But aside from that, during normal times, we enjoy flying about, taking road trips, taking trains, taking buses, and seeing the world. And as soon as we can all get past this stage of the world, we'll go back to that. But in the interim, here we are with you, celebrating the holidays. And if you're new here, remember to subscribe and steal your neighbor's phone and have them subscribe to the channel as well. Don't worry about it. They don't know anything about it and they never have to. It'll be our little secret. Oh, and please click the notification bell. So, without further ado, let's jump into the first topic. And if you're here and you clicked on this video or you're waiting for this video, you're looking for holiday travel tips.
But first, we're going to reflect on the year.
But first we will reflect on our year. Especially because with these live streams, nobody's really here at the beginning anyway. So for everyone watching the playback, thank you for joining us. So to reflect on this year, I guess, what was your favorite moment of this year?
That's a hard one. Favorite moment? I don't know. That's a toughie. What was yours?
Let's see. If I were to think about my favorite moment of this year, and if I'm being completely honest and transparent, my favorite moment of this year is right when the pandemic started, and I decided on my own volition that I was going to work from home, and no one could tell me otherwise.
That's true.
And what made it sweeter was, I want to say 3 months after that, they made it official that anyone with my position and title should be working from home. And I kind of giggled to myself because I was like, I already did it. I decided to do it. Mostly because a lot of people I worked with weren't taking it very serious. And where I was stationed at the time, the main place I was, because we have 3 main offices in this area, but the main one that I was at, the closest one to the house, also is attached to a warehouse. So people were constantly in and out. And people were not wearing masks, joking about how they had to wash their hands and how ridiculous this all was. And I'm like, well, I could go to one of the other offices, but there's a possibility I'd be having this same kind of interaction. Or I can go to the nice, warm, cozy place that I call home and not have to worry about it. And that was probably my favorite moment, personally. I'll do the channel stuff after you give me your moment.
I guess my favorite moment in 2020 was, I don't know. I feel like it's kind of between the birthday I had, the birthday weekend I did, at home with Kamau, and we got like some of our favorite things and picked it up, and it was so deserted, and I don't know why, but maybe that made it even more like fun because it was like we drove from our house straight into New York City midday, like it was like a Saturday or Sunday that we picked up everything, and and it was just like a in and out, like
Times Square looked like I Am Legend.
It really did.
There was like nobody.
And obviously, that's not the part I enjoyed. It was just like the weekend where we finally broke down the barrier of us just being home.
True.
So we like got Dallas barbecue. We got to go drinks, and we even did little activities in between watching all the Fast and Furious movies.
Oh yeah, we did a Fast and Furious marathon.
So it was a good time.
In thematic order, not in release order.
Yeah.
So everything like made more sense.
And so I think that was my favorite moment. Tied with like when we went to DC, because at DC I feel like was like the first. Well, I guess North Carolina was like our first like trip of the year. Like, well, sort of, kind of, but like
technically New Zealand, technically
post COVID, or lockdowns.
Yeah.
But I thought that was a pretty good trip. It kind of felt like a little normal again, but still very empty compared to like what it usually, I feel like we got although pandemic, I feel like the pandemic opened up opportunities where like it would have been crazy crowded or overcrowded, and we would have done some things.
Yeah.
Whether it was North Carolina, Connecticut, DC, New York City, like there's some things that we did just because it was empty. So yeah, no beach though, I'll tell you that much.
I'm just kind of like
turn us down.
Turn us down just a smidge.
But yeah, no beach though.
No. So for the channel, my favorite part is I can't pick like one individual moment, but I can pick like an event that kept on happening. I don't know whether it was the lockdown or what, but we were featured so many times this year, and I thought that was really cool because obviously this is not what we do for a living. So it's kind of cool to like put all this out there and get some sort of validation. Specifically, it's great for me because Selena does like a lot behind the scenes. She edits the videos. She's usually the person that's like behind the camera and framing a good amount of shots and what have you. So it was good to see that there was some sort of like validation, and she can see like, oh, my hard work is paying off, because I really feel like I'm just like a talking head a lot of times. She likes to put me in front of the camera because I kind of just have logorrhea with myself, so I can just like go on tangents about nothing. Like now. But so I don't remember what order they happened in, so I want to say thank you to the Nomadic Network for featuring us, Black Travel Tube, Reading for featuring us, the people of Kingston giving us a lovely shout out.
New York,
Kingston, New York, Milford, Pennsylvania giving us some love. What's Danielle's channel again?
The Thought Card.
The Thought
I don't know
Card.
if she has a channel, but she has an Instagram.
Yes.
I think she's changing everything to her name, Danielle Desir.
Yes.
Desir.
Our first podcast.
That was her first podcast.
Yes.
Our first presentation was the Nomadic Network.
Yep.
So yeah, like we've got some ideas for what to do next.
Yeah.
But the main thing was definitely we wanted to hit 1,000 so that we can get that out of the way.
Yeah.
And just focus on establishing our brand. So we think you know us well enough
that we already like have like all these things kind of mapped out and planned.
Yeah.
But it's
stay tuned for some. You know what comes next. I feel like everybody does the same thing.
Yeah, But
apparel.
yeah,
But we're gonna
Yeah.
probably do a little different because obviously, like you've probably seen Kamau wears t-shirts before,
mhm.
and we have like a list of the like sayings and stuff we want on shirts, like just for ourselves
Yeah.
and our family. But we have a friend who's an illustrator, which I think we've mentioned before,
Yeah.
and we want her to help us design them and actually make like really like good quality stuff. I don't know. I feel like sometimes people have like pretty cheesy stuff, and I just want it to be kind of like, yeah, I would wear this even if it wasn't just for my friend,
True.
you know?
I just want to say that like the worst thing to ever happen to me is when I found out that there were whole companies that would just print shirts for you. I went like a madman. I've got shirts from like way different eras of my life, and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna make it look like this and do that, and just have them like printed up. I didn't waste it. I put so much money into shirts that I knew no one else was gonna like except for me. And I mean, and there was one point where I did sell a good amount of shirts, but I wasn't able to keep it up because I'm not a designer. I was doing it all myself with my very basic, minimal Photoshop skills, and I can't draw worth a dang. But I will get you across the finish line, and that's what I did for myself. So, but yeah, we got that coming out, and overall, it's been a good year. I know it's been rough for a lot of people. We had a scare early on. My father had COVID, and it was pretty bad. Thankfully, he wasn't put on a ventilator
Yeah.
or anything like that. And it was difficult because we couldn't even take care of him without risking exposing ourselves. But thankfully, he made it through, and he's good now. But as far as the city and beyond, it's been
Reflection.
a really good year.
It's been, yeah.
Yeah,
And we have so many ideas.
we do.
Really big, really big.
Yeah. Yeah. And then I just want to say, I know in the grand scheme of like travel YouTube and what have you, there are plenty of people leaps and bounds ahead of us, and I'm sure you've heard of plenty of creators that get the nice bump ups out of nowhere, and they have a channel for all of 3 days.
Technically, we had little bumps. So
Yeah,
little,
we just
little, but big for us.
Yeah.
Bumps ups. So it happens, but that big, not quite for everyone.
Yeah, and I also kind of feel like we're not one of those people as of yet that hit the YouTube lottery if it ever does happen. And what I mean by that is like the certain people I was talking about before that like they like blow up in a small amount of time or whatever. I feel like every single one of them within like 6 months of that happening were like, so I bought a house, and it's like cool, but are people really gonna keep watching you? Like I feel like
Yeah.
I don't think people are really thinking like long term, but I don't know them personally. But I'm glad that we have like this incremental thing, and we, like I said, the focus is like keeping your job, still seeing the world, paying down your debts, and doing what you need to do. So I feel like we're gonna keep a level head regardless of what happens in the future, whether we only max out with 5,000 subscribers or if we get 5 million subscribers. It's
Sure.
gonna be the same us, and we're still gonna be doing this. Entrepreneurs, regular employees, everyday people showing you how to do it, and you don't need to spend $1 million or sit at the resort all day.
Very true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Alright.
that's pretty much it for the reflection.
Yeah, I think, yeah, that's pretty much. I'm sure at some point we'll have like a deeper, like, 2020.
Yeah.
But like right now, that's pretty much, yeah, what we think about the city and beyond, and
Mm-hmm.
there will be more to come.
There absolutely will.
Do we open a gift now?
We can. We were doing that every 15 minutes. I think it's been about that.
Every
Yeah.
15 minutes, we're gonna open up a gift from our family members.
Yeah, we are, as some of you know, we are flying out on Christmas Day tomorrow for any of the people in New Zealand, because you guys seem very interactive in our content. What would that we would be flying out on the 26th. But anyway, we're using New Zealand rules, and it's technically Christmas for us right now, so we're gonna open up some gifts every 15 minutes.
It's Christmas Eve, but
It's Christmas Eve right now.
Yeah. We're not gonna open gifts tomorrow morning. We have a pretty early morning, so pick a gift.
I want to go with the one that's been here the longest.
Oh, the grandma and grandpa gift.
The grandma
Which
and
I don't
grandpa
know if we
gift.
intended to be a Christmas gift, but it
is
now.
Go ahead.
Really, I'll take the card. Mr. and Mrs. Hey.
Hey now.
Like, what is in the envelope? So,
Aw.
don't worry, if you, oh, look at this.
That's really
Kitty
cute.
cat. So,
They found a nice picture.
it's me and Grandma.
That's actually really cool.
I'm gonna frame this.
Can we show them?
Yeah.
Can you see it?
I think they can see it.
That's really cool.
Aww.
Picnic with Selena field day.
I love how it says, "Dear grandson." I'm chock full of grandma. It's all about Kamau. All about Kamau.
It's that Gemini love you wouldn't understand.
Aww. You're a cute note. Te amo, te quiero.
Te amo, te quiero, Grandma.
If you didn't know, my grandparents on my dad's side are Panamanian, so they're Spanish. The Spanish in the family. To our booze. Aww. So sweet. I'm definitely gonna frame this picture. Grandma's laughing. Look at that.
That's awesome.
So,
Alright, let's find out
I
what's
feel
behind
like I
door
heard-
number 1.
I feel like I heard my aunt say that they were shoes for me, but then it had both of our names, so I was confused. Don't worry, if you are tuning in, we are going to talk about holiday travel.
This says for Selena, granddaughter.
Oh, okay. So it is just, there's another thing in there.
Is this another card? Oh no, it's a kitty picture of a It's a cat like Estrella.
It's Australia.
Oh, and this one is for me.
Ooh. I can wear these around the house instead of socks. Grandma already knows what happens over here.
Speaking of which, I got some nice socks. These look warm.
You gonna take them on a trip?
I might have to. Maybe I'll wear these instead of my construction socks. They're like nice and thick too.
You know what's funny about these shoes?
What's that?
So, if you guys can see these, I'm sure you'll be like, those are like older lady shoes. But you know what's funny is that I feel like a lot of younger people are wearing them, like the loafer look.
Yeah.
And I saw somebody in the hair salon today with shoes kind of like this, and I was like, I should buy something like that. And here they are. Thank you,
Nice.
Grandma. And Grandpa, I guess. And Grandma. Special moments.
You know, the real helpful part about being tall is everyone naturally assumes that you're like a size 12 or 13, and I am. So I know that these will fit. I don't know what average people do because all of your shoe sizes are like relatively the same or like far off. It's like, oh yeah, I'm 5'10", but I wear a size 8, and I'm like, what?
Okay. So, holiday travel. Let's talk.
Let's talk.
So, last week we kind of talked about holiday travel a little bit.
Yes.
Gave you, and actually the weeks following up to now, it was designed that way on purpose. So, but we didn't quite realize that we would have probably said that we were going to say all the things we wanted to say by this point in the previous live streams. So we're going to try to give you some new tips and referrals, references referrals to resources, to like other, Instagrammers, YouTube, just travel content creators that we know that are also giving out tips about a lot of this stuff. So the first thing I would say is holiday travel, and I'm gonna start with like the usual holiday travel versus like now 2020. So historically, I guess I would say, on actual holidays, that's 4th of July, Memorial Day, Easter, or like bigger holidays, celebrated like around the world, I would say, like Christmas, Thanksgiving, stuff like that. I would say, for the most part, most travelers, experienced travelers, assumes that traveling on the day of the trip is usually cheaper and low traffic. So a lot of the times, let's say for Christmas, because Christmas is tomorrow and we're flying out on Christmas, which is tomorrow. So for Christmas, a lot of the times what happens is that a lot of people want to get there for Christmas morning because, kids open gifts, you want to be with your family, or you try to get there for Christmas dinner, I would say.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Apparently a lot of people have in the afternoon. But, so the earlier the better. So a lot of people probably try to get to their destination by today, which is Christmas Eve, and leading up to Christmas Eve. So there's probably like a peak, like swooping up, as it got closer to Christmas Day, and then obviously the peak either plateaus, or I wouldn't say it dips down, because New Year's Eve is next week.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people don't really travel home until right after New Year's Day, or maybe they do travel home in between the two holidays. So I say that to say that, if you are going to do holiday travel, you will hear a lot of the times you should do it on the day of the holiday if you don't mind not making it to your destination in time for something. So for us, like tomorrow, like we don't have anything that we like have to like get there in time for. Maybe like we don't want to drive in the dark. But
yeah.
Other than that, I think that we're pretty cool with if we had a later flight, if we're delayed or whatever else, like it's fine. But the part that we didn't expect was there are a lot of people still traveling.
Man, let me tell you.
There's still a lot of people traveling
how
this
annoyed
holiday
I am about
season.
that. Our plane is very much like.
It's still some seats, but
there's some seats available, but yeah,
it's
more than I thought.
Yeah, I reminded Kamau last night. That is not including basic economy, which is funny because we've been talking about basic economy. So like the empty seats that are there, like we had an empty seat in between us, which is another like travel influencer tip that a lot of people tell you. But like, I was like, you know what? Let's just sit next to each other because if there's basic economy people, they don't get assigned until like boarding. Like I don't know. Like
sometimes.
Well, after they check in, I guess.
After they check in, but sometimes up until boarding, like it'll tell you need to go to the gate.
I wonder if I
counter.
could like show you guys. I don't know if you can see it on the screen, but you can continue talking. I'll try to.
Yeah. So sometimes when you have basic economy, and you go to check in, it says you need to go to the counter or you need to get to the gate. Right? I think it's you got to go to the counter to get your ticket, or the little kiosk. Sometimes you can't even go to the kiosk. You have to like actually talk to a person for whatever reason it may be.
Ooh.
So I'm sure there are seats out there that haven't been filled yet. To the point where when we went to check in, United was like, "You sure you don't want to take another flight?" And the thing is we booked a really really early flight months ago.
Yeah, we were supposed to fly 6 a.m.
Yeah.
So we were gonna have to get there like 4 in the morning, 3
right.
in the morning.
Which is fine. It's not like we haven't done that before. But then they just completely eliminate that route and that trip altogether. and they moved us ahead by like 4 or 5 hours. And then it felt like if we even changed it to one, well, first off, I don't really like doing layovers. I like stopovers where you get to explore for a little bit. But
ain't nobody trying to do that.
But I don't like layovers where it's like I got 2 hours to get there, because if one plane gets delayed, then something else is gonna happen. Inevitably,
Yeah,
I don't like layovers. I don't. So direct is usually the way to go, unless it's a prolonged one. Shalena's about to show you how many people are actually.
Tell me if
on
you
the
can
plane.
actually see it on there.
It's a little glared. Nope. No, wait. Hold on.
This is what happens when you can't pop things on the screen.
Okay, there you go. There you go. There you go. See that? Look at all that. Filled. All those gray boxes, those are human beings.
See, it's like empty here.
Yeah.
So hopefully I'm not giving you all my information. No, I'm just kidding.
There wasn't really enough
There
in
wasn't
there.
really enough
Yeah.
in there.
So I know there are going to be people that are going to change. I know there's people that are not going to go, but I also know, as an American, right? People just aren't beat. So I feel like everyone's like, well, I'm going to stick it out because no one else is going to stick it out. And believe me when I tell you, everyone will stick it out.
It's supposed to rain, so.
Yeah. And like I've been hearing a lot about businesses and industries going down, and how you really need to support them. We've been supporting like as many local businesses as humanly possible. I probably tip more, not more often, just more of an amount than I usually do, just to make sure that people are going, make sure I support my favorite restaurants.
Yeah.
And
I think we've been to all of our favorite restaurants at least, like takeout.
yeah.
Or like we don't really eat in it. Even when they were like 25%, we're like, yeah, we'll take that to go.
I'm not doing that. Yeah,
but
no.
yeah, like I think we've ordered from every place that we really like at least once.
Yeah.
Is that Stacy? Hey, Merry Christmas.
And while I don't think the airlines are going anywhere, I do want to go somewhere, and flying is the best way for me to get there. Sure, we could drive across the country and what have you. But
yeah, we've decided that
yeah,
if things get bad enough, though,
we will drive
we're
across the
about to
country.
drive.
Yeah.
Even if it's like we have to rearrange and like move everything a little closer.
I think
east,
we would
but
only lose like one day in
Yeah.
total. Yeah.
It'll be interesting.
It would be
but,
very interesting,
Yeah.
but we will see.
So so holiday travel, most of the time people tell you to fly on the holiday,
Mm-hmm.
and it'll be cheaper and less people. But I don't know if it's just because everybody's it's just like, I need to go somewhere, or if it's just Christmas is a little different. I mean,
It's also
we flew
a
on
Christmas weekend. I think has a lot to do with
it's
it.
It's a Friday.
Yeah.
Because last year we flew on Christmas, but that was like the end of our trip, like our long haul flight situation.
Yeah.
And we were already in Singapore, going from there to New Zealand.
Yeah.
And that flight was kind of empty.
The last leg,
Yeah.
it was not nearly as full as some. The one to Frankfurt and the one to Singapore, jam packed.
Jam packed.
It was like ridiculous. I remember the lady that was sitting next to us, I believe for the Frankfurt flight, was like, she got up to do something and even she was like this because everybody was like moving
Yeah.
and stuff. It's a lot.
And it's crazy that now a lot of these airlines, I mean, now talking about more like COVID times, it's like, why aren't you trying, I mean, money, I'm gonna put that out there, but why aren't you trying to like make sure more people are spread out, but it's what's going on right now. But yeah, that's like the one thing about holiday travel we've always heard and kind of partook in, and that's, we almost always prefer flying on holidays, on the actual holiday.
Now, we also got an alert that says you need to get there 4 hours early because obviously there are less personnel. There is still an increased amount of people. They said that there were more bookings than when the pandemic started, and just general crowding in general. And I believe them, but I have cognitive dissonance on it because I've been flying since I was young, and I literally remember.
Does it sound like he believes them?
I do though. It's just hard for me to grasp them as a concept because I remember getting to the airport half hour when I was like 17 or 18.
Yeah.
I remember getting to the airport a half hour before my flight, checking in, and the guy at the counter being like, "Are you sure you're going to make it?" And I'm like, "Yeah," because there was no TSA. So he gives me my ticket, and I run to the gate, and I get there like Home Alone style. I run to the gate. And I get there in time, and they're like, "Oh, we were about to close the cabin," and they like verify all my information. By the way, the Home Alone thing, I don't think that would have really happened, especially because of how they used to check it. But that's besides the point. So, so I remember doing that. So when people say it's like, "Oh, you gotta get there like 3 hours ahead of time," I'm like, "But do you?" Because even now, before I even had a pre-check, I felt like an hour to an hour and a half was more than enough time, and like you're gonna go through security and wind up breezing through. However, I have not flown this entire pandemic.
Yeah.
At all. Well, I mean, I guess technically, since they said that it was discovered in like November, technically, I guess I did. Maybe we were the ones that brought it over. No, I'm joking. We've been tested. It's not us. But
yeah, we got the antibody test. We haven't had it.
We haven't had it, even though we were definitely in.
But you touched on another good point, which is pre-check. So when you holiday travel. Like, I know there's some airports where I know I have friends who live out of state who live out of state, and they say that sometimes the pre-check line is just longer or just as long as the other line. But I feel like it's still really helpful because...
Yeah, I was going to say, I would agree with the length of the line, but the one time that I went somewhere, and I feel like we were visiting said friend, if not, it's when I went on the work trip. I feel like even when the line is longer, pre-check is faster.
It's just fast. Yeah, that's what I was going to say, faster.
Yeah.
And we have global entry, so by default we have pre-check.
Mm-hmm.
So, and if you don't have global entry, but you are you for a holiday trip, maybe not this year, but in future years, global entry, if you go out of the country often, is pretty helpful as well. But it's not It's not very helpful for when you're going on the trip, like going from America to other countries. It's more so when you come back home. It's quick.
Yeah,
it's a quick line.
Way faster.
And you don't really. You just answer a couple of questions, and you're pretty much through. Obviously, answer honestly, and everything will be fine. But yeah, it's still like the line is so much quicker to get back into America. So it's not so much it gets you into other countries quicker. It just gets you home quicker. Well, customs.
I think it's time for a gift break.
Is it time for a gift break?
You get to choose this time. Gift break number 2.
I think we'll just go in order. I'll just pick that one. I mean, I kind of already know what it is. This one's from Matt's mom.
Is from my mommy. Hi, Mom.
Mommy.
Hi, Mom. Sorry I didn't get to see you. I know the holidays have been crazy. When we get back, we'll see you.
Yeah, can we just give a shout out to Kamal's mom?
Yeah.
Because she works for FedEx, and like, I know it's been tough, and the snow that we had last week did not help.
No, and she's been working like crazy shifts. And at one point, I was like, "Oh, I'll go stop and see her," and but we had passed the station that she works at, and I think she was already home by that point. I don't remember, but we were going somewhere.
We were going past it.
But we were going past it, and we looked in. And I usually make a joke whenever we pass it. I'm like, "Oh, my mom works there," because we never go in that actual vicinity, right? So I was making the joke, and as I turned to make the joke, there was a snaking line coming out there, and I know sometimes she works the front counter, and I'm like, it's not a good time to see her. I know she'd be relieved, but then people would be like, he's skipping the line! So, yeah.
Yeah, so definitely, I know we talk about essential workers. Well, they are essential workers.
Yeah.
Like UPS, USPS, FedEx,
DHL,
yeah.
TNT, all
all those people, like, give them a little bit of a break this holiday season because it's hot out here.
Yeah.
I know the struggle of dealing with crazy lines because of my job too.
And let's be real, I know you are all like me, and they are actually Santa Claus. They are flying all over the world, getting your packages, putting them in lovely boxes for you. So all you got to do is wrap them and open up. So, yeah. Shout out to Mom. Shout out to essential workers. And here's our gift.
Here's our gift. And like I said, I kind of think I know what it is, but...
You're bad. What are you doing? Take this one. I was going to say, take one of the corners that are like flat fed. I feel like you're struggling, girl. You struggling? Ooh, it's from Joby. Joby-Wan Kenobi.
We're using currently is going to my father. Uh-oh. Not receiving videos, maintain smooth streaming. Yeah.
I think it's the Wi-Fi connection.
So I've been having a little trouble with the start it over. Well, that's what I did before and it worked.
And maybe we're back.
Maybe we're back. Let us know if we're back or if we never left. I'm not sure. Is it still going?
It's still going.
Because it still has an error message. Ugh. Yeah, so we asked for a new tripod, and the one that we're using now is gonna go to my dad because he's gonna start a podcast, and he opened up like a gallery, and he has lots of plans. So we thought we would contribute to creativity. There's pieces. Okay, this doesn't seem well, I guess it is pretty compact. Whoa.
That is pretty compact. I don't know how that's going to fit in the bag, but I
don't
guess
know.
we're going to have to
fit
figure
in
that
the
out.
personal bag? Could fit in your whatchamacallit bag.
In my Neff bag?
Yeah, but I think it's too heavy for it.
Yeah.
Oh no, what are we gonna do?
I don't know.
This is really nice though.
It is really nice. It's quite the upgrade.
Quite the upgrade.
Quite the upgrade. It looks very lovely. I'd like to say thank you to my mother.
Yes. Thank you.
Excellent gift. Listen to people when they tell you what they want. Don't be one of those people that are like, oh, I'm going to get something that's like it. No. Get them what they asked for unless you absolutely, positively know better. And even then.
It's not staying. But, yeah. Cool. So what was our next point about? Holiday travel. So currently, we were kind of trying to stay away from COVID talk, but currently with holiday travel, one of the things you really, really want to watch out for is obviously not contracting the coronavirus. So, I think we mentioned it last week, or a couple of weeks ago, in one of the other live streams about TSA is allowing you to carry 12 ounces of sanitizer with you.
Mm-hmm.
I really wanted to do it, but I think what we're gonna do is buy one there, like at the destination.
Yeah.
And we have like little ones that we're taking with us, and we're gonna just keep refilling those, and then however much is left over is what we'll bring back home.
Yeah. Selena's kind of the sanitizer junkie, and I'm all about it. So, like, I'm sure even after we receive something and it's been properly sanitized, she will re-sanitize it to ensure that it is properly sanitized. So, we will be taking as many precautions as humanly possible.
Yes, and the same thing with Clorox wipes.
Mhm.
We'll have our own Clorox wipes and alcohol wipes.
Yeah.
So even though like I know like the airlines like, oh yeah, we did all this and we partnered with Clorox. I'm like, that's nice because there's still a chance that human beings will be human beings,
Yeah.
and that's I don't know if somebody coughs while they walked by. I don't know if someone just like kind of cleaned something off because they were tired at the end of the day and they wanted to be home for Christmas. I don't know. I don't want to get into it, and I know that our plane actually came from Florida at one point. So like if somebody just decided to take a break or be like, it doesn't need to be that clean. It's not okay, but it's okay because I'm gonna wipe it down also.
Well, there's also they said that because you're in the air and they have all the filters that like the air is cycled enough times, and there's a lot of plane propaganda where like this is probably one of the safest places that you can be, and I'm like, I mean, if I was struggling financially, I'd probably say something similar to that. Though I do believe there is some truth to it. Oh look, it's our neighborhood saying hello.
Yeah, there's been a lot of sirens lately.
Yeah.
A lot of fire trucks.
A lot of fire trucks. Don't know what
Be
that's
safe.
about.
I know that happens a lot during the holidays.
Yeah. Be careful with the wiring of your lights if you're using old ones. I know Grandpa likes them, but there might be especially the LEDs. They're safer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you were saying.
I was saying that I understand that because the air is being filtered better. I don't know what it would be like or what it will be like in the air with your mask on with it, because at least there's like air being pumped in from outside and you have the little air on top. I doubt it feels any better or as
Stacey just added another thing I didn't think about cleaning.
What's that?
The seat belt. You right. I don't know why I haven't thought about that, but yes.
That's kind of
probably when I sat down, I would be like, what else can I do?
That's probably akin to people saying that gas pump handles are probably one of the dirtiest things ever, but being in New Jersey, we don't actually have to worry about that too much.
We did wipe down one, remember, on the way to North, and the thing in Virginia, I was like, either wipe it down a little bit or just make sure you like wash your hand, like douse it with hand sanitizer and wipe your hands off.
We didn't have to go that far back. When we were in Pennsylvania to see your mom last week, I had gloves in the car and I took out the gloves to pump the gas, and it wasn't because I was worried about gasoline on there. I know no one's cleaning those surfaces, you know?
Yeah. But sorry, go ahead.
Somebody spitting on your hand or what have you. I was just saying that I'm sure there's plenty of air being pumped into and out of the plane while you're in the air, but I don't think it will feel as nice and natural as when you are maskless. And I understand that's people's apprehension. I'll tell you all about it afterwards.
Yeah, we're gonna we're planning to do a video on flying during COVID, which I think a lot of people did earlier this year.
A lot of people are.
But we're gonna do one too, just from our perspective. I'm very much so thinking I'm not taking off my mask until like we're at our rental car and like about to get into it, and like or in the parking garage, so whatever it is, like when we're like finally like outside. I'll be like.
Yeah.
But I don't think, or if we have to go to a lounge because we're delayed, I'll take it off there if it's not that many people in the lounge. If there's a lot of people in the lounge,
You can only take it off in the lounge if you're eating or drinking.
Yeah, you get free drinks and food and snacks.
Oh, okay. So you're saying like you'd be having a snack.
Yeah, because I'm not planning on eating on that plane.
No, I mean maybe take a
and
couple
not
couple
in the
sips
airport.
of water.
I thought about how parched I'm willing to get for this whole experience. I'm gonna be like,
You don't want to get too parched because then you cough and they'll be like, oh, there it is, Corona. Corona.
if anybody has any tips on how to drink water quickly with your mask on, like maybe I'll still have it on my nose and just drink it really quick.
But once you lift it up to your mouth, I'm going to cough like that, so you don't have the nose out. You just
I'll pull
like
it
that?
up so it's still covering the nose, but I'm drinking really quick.
Yeah. Or you can get one of those ones that have like the robo mouth with the magnets.
Yeah.
That is so intense and so not safe, not sanitary at all. I don't know what's wrong with people.
I would get it. I don't think I would want to eat at the airport.
No.
Not today.
Mm-mm.
But yeah, so a lot of these precautions that we're taking, I don't know how many people feel this way, but a lot of it's making me thinking about future travel, like precautions I'll take. Like, will I still sanitize everything? And I'm like, I think so. I think this is like here to stay. Like, I'm gonna be the grandma that's like, everybody get your Clorox wipes and wipe everything down.
Yeah, that lady in American Gods that gets sent to America from Ireland, and she gets really old, and she still sends the grandkids to school with pieces of bread in their pockets so the ghosts don't get them.
I'll be like, our grandkids will be like, Grandma, that was so 30 years or 50 years ago, whatever it is. Like, that was such a long time. There's no pandemic. Like,
yeah.
no.
Selena with her mask on, but now N95s are like all the rage. She's got like.
Like I'll always have a mask when I travel. On the plane. I mean, that might have to stay. Like, have a mask.
No, I'm good on that.
I'll have a mask on.
No, I'm good on that.
I mean, we've seen people do that.
We have
in
seen
the past.
people do it. I'm not saying otherwise, and I have no problem wearing my mask
I'll put my mask on
whatsoever.
while I'm in the airport and stuff. This might be a thing. I don't know. How many people feel that way? But it might just be a thing.
Anyway.
But anyway, holiday travel. So
no, it's time for another gift.
Oh, it's another gift already?
It's time for another gift already.
Wow.
Yeah.
You gonna grab that blue one?
Yeah.
Like, has anyone else opened gifts on Christmas Eve?
I know some people wait until midnight, but like, are you guys waiting? This is another one to us. This one is again from
Midnight, I'll be in bed.
Mom.
Mom.
Thanks again, Mom. I don't know what this one is. Did you peek on this one?
No.
Watch Mom get to something like dope. And we're like, oh, snap!
I hope it's a small water bottle, so I'm just take the big one.
Gonna look in on my Barney bag. Can I just be a hippie real quick and say that Christmas is one of the most wasteful holidays ever? We're just like slaughtering trees left and right.
Yeah, paper on it.
Yeah.
It's like, put this bow on it. And
Just put
like,
this plastic bow that a turtle's gonna eat.
It's so pretty, and I'm like, I know we sound like hippies right now, but it's just things that we think about where we're like, why do we do this? This is probably not good.
It's not.
And it's just all for like 5 seconds of joy, of like, or not joy, suspense. I guess it's longer, depending on how long the gift's been around.
True.
But you're like, I wonder what this is.
Oh, Mom did a good job wrapping this one. It's a mystery. Let's see. It's Kamau proof. I can't open it. Hold on, I'm missing something. There's a crease somewhere that I didn't get. Ah, there we go.
I think you have to pull.
Yeah. But there was one that was taped down. Oh wait, maybe not. It's not opening. This is like on it.
Is it taped here or glued there?
I think
it
it's
looks like it's
glued.
glued there.
Oh, okay. So I gotta get it from here. She made sure this was secure. She won't make
And
nobody's getting
peeking
it.
at this gift.
She's like, psych. This was a puzzle.
Boo, come out. I actually purchased gift sacks.
Ooh.
Maybe we'll do. Ooh.
Gift sacks is a good idea. That is not wasteful. I approve. All right. Drum roll.
I don't know. Like,
Hey!
Oh,
Wow, Mom in the clutch.
yo,
She was
went
not
in.
coming to play.
Wow, I didn't expect.
I
Trey to
did
actually
not
get
expect that. This is pretty.
So if you
dope.
saw our video about the Yeelight and GoPro, we got a GoPro 8, and we've been slowly piecing together the additional mods.
Mhm.
And the last one we needed was the light mod, so I put it on our gift list. Like I was like, oh, maybe somebody will get it, and his mom got us the light mod.
Wow.
Look at that!
Thanks, Mom. We can actually really use this.
We can pack this right now.
Yeah, like seriously, legit.
We could pack both of these gifts.
Wow. Thanks, Mom.
That's awesome. I was like, what else would it be? I mean, hey, it could have been the water bottles, and I'm like, I could use that because these bigger ones are crazy.
Can I do a mock commercial?
A mock, go ahead.
The Light Mod from GoPro, the world's most versatile light. Waterproof up to 33 feet. That's 10 meters. Rechargeable and interconnecting to your headstand, to your tripod, and of course, to your GoPro. The Light Mod by GoPro. Okay, that's my favorite
It's
commercial.
waterproof?
It says it's waterproof
Wow.
up to 33 feet.
I don't think the...
That means I can drop this in a shallow pool and be okay. Because most pools are only like
That's not
5.
with the audio, the media one. The microphone, I'm pretty sure is not waterproof.
Yeah, no. But in these little pictures here, you see they have it on the headgear because you can just put it on.
Cool.
Awesome, great gift, Mom.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Is there anything else? I actually oh, nice. Oh wow. More holiday travel stuff. What else are we doing, or do we know about holiday travel?
What else do we know about holiday travel?
Definitely always crowds.
The
before and after.
The day after New Year's, everybody is flying. It's never...
Wait, January 2nd or
January
2nd?
2nd. January 2nd, the day after New Year's, everyone is flying. They're flying on the 1st as well, but if you think you're going to circumvent them by flying on the 2nd, I'm going to tell you everybody has the same idea. You're going to... 2 days after, you're in the clear. It will be a precipitous drop. And I've looked constantly. Always.
Because January 1st, people are too hungover to really want to fly. That's probably why we left out last year coming home. But yeah, that's a good point. What else? Safety.
I mean, TSA rules are still in effect, with the exception of the hand sanitizer. Everything is essentially still the same.
True. Resources. So ways to keep up with what's going on for holiday travel is definitely the news, your local news, but also there's plenty of travel influencers who are putting out content about holiday travel.
Yes.
I just watched a video by Onika Raymond who goes over just a couple of precautions to keep people safe. 6 feet apart, keeping, if you're going to combine households, probably keep it to a minimum of 1. If you're going to travel, try to travel locally or close to home. So definitely check her video out. I'm trying to think of who else has a video that we watched that we actually would suggest to people, because there's some I'm like, I don't know if I would suggest that one. But
nobody comes to mind in particular.
But yeah, definitely your local news is another resource. In this case, the CDC as well. Oh, that was his mom.
That was my mom. I'm gonna call her back. We're almost done with the live stream. Yeah.
So yeah, Also, yeah, the CDC in this case, because, Corona.
Yeah.
What else?
I think that's everything.
Where you can get resources.
Yeah. Your local government is going to give a ton of information.
Your local government, that's true. I just said news.
The CDC, the news. I'd like to say your government officials, but I know people are having issues with government officials, but they do provide some good information. I know there's some crazies out there, but you know who they are because they're crazy.
I wouldn't go to like Instagram or Facebook.
No.
I feel like I really take people's information with a grain of salt, and just like it's good as a starter. Like Wikipedia when you're in college.
Yeah.
Like it was good to get the information and know that it was real, and then research it yourself to verify that what you just read on Wikipedia was right.
Was the real thing.
It's the same thing with Instagram and Facebook. Like, if you hear something on Facebook, like, don't get alarmed right away. Look into it first, and then, like, fully react. Like, cause, and that's kind of with anything, because there's been a lot of times where I'm like, what? Oh my god. And then I'm like, wait, let's look into it first and see, like, what's actually happening. If there's other resources, reliable resources that can verify this information. So
yeah, because I'm going to go on a limb and say that a lot of people in your timeline or your feed or whatever your social media platform calls it are not like professors with a long dissertation on scientific methods and research and things of that nature. They're just somebody following some random website and thinking that they know what they're talking about, or they watched a YouTube video.
Yeah.
Or something.
And I mean, there's a lot of people on YouTube. There's been, Crown laughed at me because there's like this one doctor that was on YouTube and he was like, he's trying to sell products.
That is what
gotcha.
it was. It was,
but,
yeah.
Yeah, but again, verify if the person's info is correct.
Yeah.
Whether or not, like, a brother gotta get paid, like, whatever.
Yeah.
But,
that was so ridiculous. Oh my goodness.
But, you know what's not ridiculous? I'm wearing my computer glasses that blocks blue light on the flight tomorrow because he made some good points about the fact that, like, people wear goggles or shields, and I was like, yo, I don't have glasses.
Yeah, and then
I'm wearing glasses on the plane.
Proceeded to put on these giant Kumo D glasses that wrap around your face and cost $500, and you're like, yeah, this is the most sick. It was something ridiculous like that, and then he was like, and then you got to make sure you wear a mask, and then gets like the $1 million painter grade type mask with like 5 different vents on it and what have you, and it was like, yeah, this is gonna make you real nice and safe, and then you can find it all with the Amazon links in the description. I was like, shut up. Over here propagating. It's exactly what that was. That was propaganda.
Anyway, I verified the information.
Yeah.
And I don't want anyone's aerosol droplets in my face, in my eyes. So I'm gonna wear glasses. I know it's ridiculous, but it's gonna make me feel better if I wear my computer glasses made for blue light blocking, and then have my mask underneath it, because Kamara's all protected. He has his glasses on
always,
and then he has his mask, and like, what would make it even better is if you have like a hood or a hat on, and there ain't nothing getting in nowhere or resting on anything. So needless to say, I do ample research on things that people say online, including YouTube, even if they're a doctor. I think it's always best to find out something for yourself as well. So
Agreed.
These are all reasons why we feel pretty secure with holiday traveling right now, and even in the future, because honestly, I feel like it's never really that safe with that many crowds. The bigger,
no,
yeah, like, with all those people around.
I was gonna
from
say,
who knows where. And
I don't know
stuff
what
like
it was
that.
like when any of you were growing up, but if you ever went to a house party and there was enough people there, it was almost guaranteed a fight was gonna break out. It's like a similar
It's
scenario.
kind of the same.
It's a similar
That's
scenario.
true.
When there's like that many people around, something is bound to happen. It's too many people,
Yeah.
personalities, and energy. Unless it's family, and even then, it might happen
It
there
might
too.
happen anyway.
So yeah.
So always stay protected and always be alert on what's going on.
Mhm.
Cause I always have my 9/11 brain. I was in New York City, so like I'm always like, what's happening? And I don't really like the airport much at all as is. So that also adds to me preparing beforehand so that I'm not like distracted I'm not distracted in the moment. I already prepared for it. Be like, what? Does that mean the video's almost done?
Purple light does mean that.
Be like, even though it looks blue on camera, I
I
love
mean, it doesn't help that some of the other lights are on as well.
it. But like, so this is potentially this is our last live stream of the year.
Mm-hmm.
We might have one next Thursday.
Yeah.
Do you know that we did cancel new videos for this weekend and next weekend? It just was gonna be a little too crazy. If you follow us on Instagram, which you should, we have been just like looking for an apartment, helping my mom out with stuff. There's just been a lot of things going on. So to fully enjoy this trip and to not stress out before, during, and after the trip, we decided to skip the next 2 weeks for videos. Hope you understand. I'm sure many of you do. And we will be back, I think, the weekend of the 10th with a new video, and it'll be from our trip, likely. So I'm pretty excited. My favorite videos to probably edit are our vlogs, like our travel vlogs. So it's refreshing for me to not have to do a sit-down video edit. But if you have any suggestions for more topics, let us know. Subscribe, because we're worth it.
Is that L'Oreal?
Yeah, one of those.
One of them. Get the London. No, okay. Merry Christmas, Happy Christmas. Since we're gonna miss it, Happy Three Kings, Happy Boxing Day. Hanukkah was over. I hope you liked it. Solstice is also over. Hope you enjoyed that as well. Have a prosperous New Year. Hopefully we can all.
Kwanzaa didn't pass yet.
I don't celebrate that one though. I'm joking.
Come at him in the comments.
Please do.
I almost lost it.
If you're celebrating Kwanzaa, I hope your harvest is great. When this is finally all over and everyone is vaccinated, or we get herd immunity and we can take our masks off and meet each other, I hope to give all of you a hug and a high five.
Yeah.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Follow us on Instagram for real-time updates.
Yeah. And signing off, this is Kamau.
And I'm Selena.
And we were the City and Beyond, and we'll see you in 2021.
Bye.